welcome to the latest Craft Mania Sunday Showcase. Today I have some really exciting news to share with you. It's been a bit of a secret project. By secret I mean I decided on Thursday that we should have a new website by which you can shop on it. It's a new move for us and not something we've done in a very long time, but I'm pleased to announce craftmaniacrafts.com. Now on here you'll be able to see your Sunday Showcase, your current version that's going on as we speak. You'll also be able to purchase the items that you see in your Sunday Showcase, and as time goes on we're going to be building up more and more items on here. Currently it's got a lot of stamps on there and a few dies, but more of the items in the shop will be added as time goes on. Your payments you can make through here will be via PayPal, American Express, MasterCard or Visa, and there's also a system by which you can just notify us that you're going to phone up and pay, or you can come in store and pay if you prefer. Now one of the bonuses with this is we've had a little look at our postage system and decided to change it up a little and make it a lot easier for you and us. By this I mean that from here on in, all orders on our website will be free P&P on totals over £35. If you do wish to spend less than £35, there's just a flat rate of £2.75. Now the website will also give you the option down here to sign up for our emails. If you wish to, you can then subscribe to that and you'll get emails telling you all different information and product launches when they go on there, and information about Sunday Showcases and bits like that. You can also read up about our stores, our lessons, and there's a couple of other bits on here as well, so do check it out if you've got a chance. And if you wish to order any of the products you see on today's video, you'll be able to do that right on here as well if you wish to have them posted to you. The address for that once again is craftmaniacrafts.com. Now, moving on to today's video, I have got so much to share with you that if you haven't done it already, you need to go get yourself a cup of tea and a pen and paper, because I've got lots I'm going to tell you about and you're going to want all of it, I'm sure. So, with that in mind, let's have a little look at it. We have a collection of dies. We also have some stamps and some papers that we're going to talk you through as well. But with no further ado, let's have a little look at the sample boards made for the dies. So, if you wish to order your products via our Facebook page, YouTube, or if you wish to text us, we have decided that we're going to give you the code numbers, so you can do so if you wish to by using the code numbers to save you trying to remember the names that I keep forgetting and changing halfway through the videos. So, with that in mind, this one is D33F. It's $15.99 and it has multi-layers to it. Now, I know it's difficult to see this in Miri board, but back here we have a solid shape to mat your actual dies onto. You then receive a delicate large frame. Inside that you've got another mat to go underneath the next level, and we have this really gorgeous pinprick sort of circle. In the middle of that one we've then got a really delicate circle again with this gorgeous work around the side of it. I really love this set. I think it's going to prove quite popular. Moving on, I'm going to show you another die. This time we've got a set of leaves. Now these are really nice because if you do get the stamps, you can then stamp the flowers and layer them with the leaves, or if you've got other sets of dies already of flowers, then they'd work really well with that. And this one's a proper little cheapy set. It's only $5.99. Your code for this one is D36F. Moving on to our next one. This time we've got a bit of a corner going on, and hidden in here, I hope you can see it, is a gorgeous butterfly. You'll see it a little bit later on in some of my sample cards as well. And I love the fact it gives you the backing plate to this one, so if you do want to do them in different colours, again like the first one, you can layer them up to do so. This one is D35A and it's £7.49. Moving on, we have our fourth die in the collection. Now this one's one of the edgeable dies. Now if you don't know what I mean by that, it basically means that with the actual die, it doesn't have a blade across the base of it. So if you wish to make it like a topper to your card, so it folds up from the panel behind, you can. Or if you wish to have it sort of stuck onto the edge of your card as such, then of course you can. If that didn't make any sense, don't fear, I'll explain it a little bit more as we look at the cards I've made. And you'll be able to see that use, that style in use as such. This one is D34F and it's $6.99. Moving on, now this one is one of my favourites and I think this one's going to be really popular, or I should imagine it will be. This is D32F and it's $15.99. If you're a regular to our Sunday Showcases, you may have noticed last week's one went a little bit crazy. We actually sold out in less than 24 hours, and it's taken us 3 further orders to fulfil demand for last week's Sunday showcase. So if you do want these dies, don't hesitate. Please do get in quite quickly, because I'd hate you to miss out and hate you to have to wait for them. Moving on to our next one. This one is D37F and it is $15.99. Now this one, again, exactly the same as the very first one I show you, has a large base plate that goes under this and fills that out. I haven't actually popped that on here because I wanted you to be able to see how beautiful it is to have the dark colour show through, because it's such a delicate dye. But it does come included, and if you want to use it in other colours, it might look a little bit nicer than it would with our Miri. But it is a gorgeous dye. Love this one. Love the fact that in the middle here you get this really delicate circle. Hopefully you can see that on camera, but it is so delicate. And I know a lot of you are going to be thinking, oh, that's going to be impossible to get out of the dye. The brand we're sharing with you today is so easy to use. They just tap and they just fall out. So don't worry, it's not going to become a major problem to get that out of the dye. It's really simple to use. So you can create loads of these really easily. Moving on, now I've saved one of the best till last really of our dies. This is incredible. What we have here is a set of 3 butterflies, and we're actually going to show you the die packet here, because you get the 3 butterflies and then you get the 3 solid bases. So a bit like some of the other dies, you can layer it up if you wish to, and if I peel these back you can see on mine I've got the filled in one at the bottom. This set is only $9.99, so you're getting 6 dies for only $9.99. The code for this one, if you wish to order it, is D39A. And again, a proper little bargain of a set. Really love that. Now, of course, this is a Sunday showcase, so there will be an offer included on all of your dies, and we'll chat a little bit more about the offers a little later on. Don't think there isn't one, because there is. Hold until the end, or cheat and read it in the comments now. Moving forward, let's have a little look at the stamps that go with this set. Now, we've been selling stamps for 13 years, and I have to say this is one of my favourite sets ever. There's just so much on it, and there's so many ways in which you could use it. I didn't actually get half as much time today as I wanted to, due to the website building, to get to use these quite so much. But I've got a couple of cards that you're going to see little bits of these on, and we'll chat more about them a little later. But they are absolutely beautiful. They're only £8.79, and given the fact of the size of the sheet you're getting here, it's not quite A4, but it isn't far off, so you're getting a lot of stamps for your money there. This one is code D38F, if you do wish to order that one. But it's just a beautiful, beautiful pad. Moving forward, we have a pad of paper that coordinates perfectly with it. Now this time we get 23 sheets of double-sided paper, and these have been designed to coordinate perfectly with the dies themselves. You'll notice a lot of the patterns in the dies are reflected in the papers, so that when you put them together they're going to coordinate perfectly. They really are a nice set of papers and really well designed. Oh, there's just a couple more of them, but you've got the gist hopefully. The pad is $4.49, and if you do wish to order that, that's PD40F. PD40F. So, with that in mind, I've shown you all of the wonderful products. Let's show you a few of the things I've been making with them. So we're going to start off with this one. This is really lovely. Not necessarily the work, I just like the colour scheme of it. I think it's a bit summery, and it just thinks it's fresh to me, and fresh and lovely, and yeah. Okay, enough ramblings. So all I've got is white cardstock and teal cardstock. Not 2 colours I've put together before. You've possibly picked that up by the enthusiasm of the colour scheme. But I just quite like it. Anyway, on the card itself, we have our edgeable die across here. Now I have cut mine off just to create a stopper. We then have down the front here, this is our circle die that I showed you a moment ago, but I've cut into it to create little corner pieces and border pieces, just because I like to show you different ways in which you can use a die and get more value for money out of a die, and I felt these bits just added in to match in with the actual delicate top part and the edgeable die. So if you do want to, you can cut that one about quite nicely. Obviously we have our butterflies going on here. Now here you can see them as they're 3 different sizes. The base one, because it's on teal card, I haven't used the base plate, but you can see on the top ones I have added that in, and I really like that because it sort of gives a more solid feature to it and actually makes it pop a little bit more than had I've just left that off and put it on top of the big doily piece. On here again we have that really nice larger doily set, and it has the same matching piece that comes in the middle. I haven't used the middle base layer, but you could if you wanted to. I have, of course, used the big white base layer at the back here. And that's card number 1. Moving forward, we have card number 2. Now this was sort of inspired by a little bit of the white on white craze, but I wanted to show you a lilac on lilac colour scheme instead. So with that one, we've gone back to this die that we was just talking about a moment ago. And you can see it here this time with the base plate in place. So you've got the base plate, the delicate die, the inner part, and then I've swapped it up a little bit and I've brought in the inner circle from this die to put in the middle of that one, just because I felt, because they're both layers, I've got this pierced circle around the side, and so has the actual doily part to it. It all coordinates really well. So don't be afraid to intermix these pieces. You really can interchange them and swap things up a little bit if you wish to. Again, we have the butterfly die. This is just our medium one and the small one used on this one, and again without the base plates. The paper in the background comes out of your pad as well, worth mentioning, because that is such a lovely pad. Just coordinates so nicely. It's just going to give you that really classy effect without you having to think too much about what you're doing or worrying about colour schemes, because it all just goes together lovely. Moving forward, now this, I've got a bit of a sneaky peek for you with this one. It's a bit cheeky, but we showed you this last time I got one. Every now and again, our stamp magazine sends us a preview of the stamps that you're going to get on your next issue. And this is the one that's going in with that one. It's the Enchanted Collection. Now, I don't know how well you're going to see these on camera, but they're beautiful. Really, really lovely. You're going to see them on a couple of other projects I've made today as well. But we've got the princess here with the little bird in hand that I've used on the card I'm showing you now. There's also unicorns and dragons, playing cards, which are good for men's cards. They don't have to be for this sort of fantasy idea. We've also got some magician pieces down here. Beautiful castle, very Disney-esque castle. And then, of course, we've got the horse and carriage as well. Now, these stamps, I don't know if you've seen this magazine before, but you get the magazine, you get all of these stamps for only $5.99. The stamps themselves are meant to retail for over £20, and to be honest, I can quite believe it. We do a castle stamp, not that dissimilar to this one, and that's $5.99 on its own. So if you think that's £6 of your worth, it's quite easy to see you pay £14 for the rest of them if you bought them in separate sets. So this really is a brilliant value set. It doesn't come in for a couple of weeks, but like we did last time, if you would like to have this ordered for you or saved for you when it arrives, please just let us know in the comments and we'll have it held for you and we'll notify you the moment it arrives in store. The last copy or last issue sold out because we shoot to you on the Sunday showcase. So again, don't hang about. If you do want it, let us know in the comments, and it will of course be held on a first come first served basis. So don't miss out on that one. Back to the card itself. This time I've just got that large doily die, the first die I show you, and I've just used the delicate part of that one. I've used the leaves and just tucked them into the top, and I've got a bit nifty with my stamp press, and I've used one of the stamps that comes off this sheet. It's one of the ones that actually drew me to this set. I love this border. It's just got such a lovely feel to it, and really so many options and things you could do with this one. This is just a standard size square card, so as you can see, you can fit it on each side quite easily, even if you haven't got one of our stamp presses, and it'll be a gorgeous card from there on, won't it? You also get the Happy Birthday Princess stamp in with the magazine set I showed you a moment ago, if you're wondering where that one come from. I'm going to move on now to our next card. So let's go to this back one over here. Now this one is a bit OTT, I've got to admit. But I wanted to show you again how you can cut these about. So I've taken our large frame die, which is D32F. It's $15.99. But I wanted to show you can cut them. So this time all I've done is come in with a pair of scissors and cut around that part there on this side and on that side to create myself a corner. So that's how I've created 4 corners. From one cutout you get 2 corners and you get 2 leftover panels, these little bits here. So I didn't want to waste them, so I've taken them and posted them into here. So with 2 die cuts, 2 of these, I've created the frame and the panels that are coming out from underneath it to make this sort of ornate medallion style effect. On my top layer, I've gone back to the first die I showed you, and I've just used that delicate frame again. In the middle, I've gone for the one that comes with that die, just to layer up, and I've also used the base plate, just stamped my verse on it. The butterflies this time I've layered them. Now this is the first time you're going to see this on this video. I've used all 3 sizes of my butterfly to create this effect. The nice bit is because they're all identical butterflies, just smaller in size, or larger in size, if that makes sense, they map really well. So that you just get that really lovely, delicate effect, all coordinated, all really nicely tucked in, just by using that one set. So that's our next card. Now the next thing I'm going to show you, I'm a little bit chuffed with this. I don't often talk about my work and say I'm chuffed with it, but this was a bit of a crazy idea. I wanted to make a tissue box cover. So we've gone back to the stamps that you see that come with that magazine a little while ago. But I just wanted to, I haven't really done much with colour in them because the time really wasn't on my side today. But I just wanted to make a little tissue box. And the idea really is you could do these, and you could sell them. If you're somebody who sells stuff, you could easily decorate these and sell them. I was going to make several of them and gilding wax some of them because I've got a bit of a gilding wax obsession as well. I also really like the idea of doing one as a Christmas overlay. I am sort of somebody with clutter, so my house is full of ornaments, and when Christmas comes around, I struggle to fit in Christmas ornaments as well. You're now thinking I'm a hoarder. I'm not that bad, but I do like a good bit of clutter. So this would be the perfect way to take something I have in my house, just a tissue box, and pop a Christmas overlay on it without having to take up any more room. So if you wanted to, you could of course make these in Christmas, or you could make them for a little girl's room, or you could do a boy's version. The ideas are endless. All I have done to create this is I've taken my frame die. This is our 1599 D32F. I've cut 5 of them to put on all the sides and 1 on the top. Now the actual measurements for making this, again, are really easy. So if you want to grab a pen and paper, I will show you this quickly. It's so simple. All it is just a square of card. I've cut this to 5 3/4 inches. And then just down one side, you're going to score it at 1/2 inch, twist it, score at 1/2 inch again. And you're going to do that 4 times. I'll only do a couple just so you can get the idea of it. I don't want to bore you to death, but if you are thinking, oh, I like that, and I want to make it, I want to show you how simple it is. So once you've done that, and you've folded these up, you're going to just cut that square in the corner out, okay? And you're going to do that on all 4 of them. And then you're just going to fold this over so that one joins onto the other. So where are we? That's going to go round. I think I've done the wrong end. See, this is what happens when you do it on camera. But anyway, you'll get the idea. So you join that bit onto there, cut the square out, fold the tops down, and then once you've folded the tops down, this goes on the top of it. And all I've done is die cut a hole in the middle of it to allow my tissues to come through the top. Now I have put a little support bar into the bottom here just to hold my tissues in place, but that's more so I can show you during our lessons and classes throughout this week. But if you didn't want to, you don't have to, obviously, so you can make it easy change. Or you could even Velcro the bar in place if you wanted to, so you could change them out. But I'm sure you're already ahead of me on that one. I've thought many of the ideas of what you could do with our tissue boxes instead. Okay, moving on to another card. We're going to go down this end this time. Now this is a really, really quick card, really, really simple. But I thought it was quite stylish. I could see it as a bit of a thank you card, or one of them sort of really simple cards you just want to make in a couple of minutes. I've gone for sort of a grayscale with this one. And all I've done is taken that stamp that we looked at a little while ago, stamped that at the top and the bottom, and then I've taken my 3 little plants in there, pots or jars, and stamped them. I've then just drawn in a pencil line across it and shaded it down a little bit just with an ordinary pencil, and then painted in all of the different leaves and butterflies and bits, because I've also used them, I forgot to mention that, but you do get 3 little butterflies on here, so I've just used them in between my plant pots and that, and painted them all in grey, just added a bow for a bit of decoration, just so it looks like I did really put a bit of effort in. And that's it, nice and simple, quick card. Okay, moving on. I've got so much to get through today, and I don't want to keep you here forever because your tea will get cold. So, moving over to this side. Now this, if you've been coming to our lessons this week in our Lowestoft store, you will have made one of these already. But they're so easy to make. If you haven't, you need to come to our lessons and we'll show you how. It's just a lovely little simple box that opens out, and then you could put little chocolates or paper clips or whatever it is you want to in each of the drawers and give it as a gift. It could even have jewellery in there. The list is endless, isn't it? I think you can fit in there, put whatever you want in it. Okay, so going back to this, we have lots of papers. all of the papers you see on both sides and the lid come out of the booklet. So again, a really nice way to show you how even if you change up your colours, it'll all coordinate really nicely and really easily. On the top of the lid, we have our 3-layer butterfly again, this time just done in cream. But again, really classy, really simple, really elegant to do. Looks like you've put in hours of effort when all we've done really is cut out a few dies. So that's a nice little easy effect. Now I wanted to make a matching card to this because I'm all about the matching card. If you're, I've got a bit of a timber going on that side, we'll retrieve them in a minute. If you're going to do a box, I think you need a card to go with it. So this time we have the same matching butterflies. This is a good way to show you that edger die, which I've just cut off the card. So you can imagine that the card had a full panel. I've literally just cut off that side, trimmed it here and here to remove that piece so that you end up with that literally attached to your card as part of it. And then I've just used the matching papers again on the front and on the inside. Real quick card to do, no faffing at all. And it shows you again how you can use that die and put the layer behind it. This time I've done it in a different colour, so it's quite nice because it really shows you the two different pieces. And you've got that lovely pierced piece in the middle again for your sentiment. Again, really quick and easy. I really didn't have much time today to do these, so they're a bit hodgepodge to say the least, but we'll pop them over there. Let's go and retrieve some of the ones that fell over, shall we? So let's go for this one if we can get that. Okay, here we are. So again, we've got that gorgeous frame, the one I keep going on about because I really like that. That's your D32F, $15.99. Layered it on the papers that come from the book, going for sort of a bit of a classier look here. I've then used the flowers in the pot that comes with the set of stamps again and just stamped it in grey and painted it in. I feel it needs something a little bit more. I would have liked to have glittered the flowers maybe or glossy accented them, but time just really weren't happening today. So you've sort of got the idea hopefully. And it shows, of course, you could cover that up. You could put a sentiment in there if you wanted to. With a green scheme, you could even turn it into a Christmas card, couldn't you really, if you was thinking Christmas at this point. But another simple one. Moving on, we'll have a look at this one. I've got a bit Scandinavian. I think that's the right term anyway for red and white. But yeah, anyway, we've done a red and white one. Not a colour scheme I tend to use very much. And today we've got two of them going on. So this time I've used this gorgeous stamp across the bottom, and I've just done it at the top and the bottom of the card. I've covered up the heart bit in the middle, but of course you don't have to. You can have that showing if you wish to. I've used that same die again, and I've put a red backing behind white this time, little sentiment in the middle, and the butterflies on the edges. Again, a really quick card to make, really quick. But hopefully you'll agree that it's quite simple, but hopefully quite nice equally. Moving on to our next card. Now we'll go for this one this time. This one's a bit flappy. We've got some dangling butterflies going on this one. Now again, I've just stacked them, just attached them to some acetate to give us a little bit of a wobble going on. And then inside the card, I've got one of the papers from the booklet again. This is one of the times I've used that gorgeous butterfly corner, by the way. We haven't gone on about that very much today because, again, I just didn't really get the chance to use that one. But I really do like it, and I like it here because it's just suspended off the top of the inner piece. So it sort of holds up there, gives a bit of detail, but nothing too over the top. On the front of the card, we have that same edger again, but this time I've put it diagonally onto my card. This would have had all of this part here as well before I hacked it about. It's cut into it, and then I've just cut off to match it to make this real simple front panel. And then, of course, if you wanted to, you could have added in more layers or done lots of different things with it. But it just shows the beauty of that really delicate edger. Down the front here, this flower isn't in today's sets, but it is available in store. It's just here to show you how gorgeous these leaves are with a flower, really. It's just a couple of them. Don't forget your leaf set. I really like this one. This is your D36F and it's $5.99. You're getting all 4 leaves in that for your $5.99. So what's that, £1.50 a leaf? It's quite a little bargain, isn't it? And I really like that, especially in this one with our little chrysanthemum die. Okay, moving on to, I believe, your last card. Your last project of today, since this has been such a little marathon, and we have a stepper card. I can never remember, yeah, it's stepper card, isn't it? I get told off for this because I always call them waterfall cards, they're not stepper cards. Must remember this. Now, on this one, we've just taken that edger die, I've cut them out and I've stuck them into the sides of the actual card panel, so they're just supported underneath with some double-sided tape. On the top here we have that really nice delicate frame, and then here interestingly we have the corner one, so that's this corner one, but I've just cut the butterfly off and I've layered it twice. So if you're thinking, oh, I've got a lot of corners and I really don't need another one, it's a really nice way just to get a different butterfly, because it's more of an in-flight butterfly, isn't it? It's actually sort of flapping. You can sort of imagine it landing there mid-journey for a little rest. Okay, I am bonkers. Down the bottom here, we then have the little circle that comes out of the middle of this set, so we're back to that one. That's our little circle that we spoke about ages ago, and I've just cut off the back of a button to stick in the middle of that one, just to give you a different look. And then, oh, that's worth mentioning as well, the little swirls that come out from underneath that are the remains from this. When I've cut that off, that's given me these gorgeous little swirly bits from the top and the bottom. So I've just poked them coming out the side there to give you a different effect as well. Moving back on our little steppers, hopefully you can see these, they're a little bit tucked away, so we'll bring that round here. We have that gorgeous little tiny circle that comes in the middle of the first die I show you, which is this bit here. And then behind that we have the middle of the die I just showed you, this one, popped on there with our butterflies in the middle. I can show you it on this side without the butterflies in the middle. Hopefully you can see this starting to feel like Houdini. But that's that one in there. And that really completes that card. The only thing I do want to mention as well on this, and I don't know if you've seen these before, but these are a proper little tip that a lot of people miss out on. So many people spend a fortune on gems. We do these sheets of peel-offs, which are all dots, and they just lift off just like you would a gem. Some of them even come with like this. I don't think you're going to see this on camera. They have like a little dotty edge around the side of them, which really makes the glittery bit in the middle prominent when you remove them from the sheet. Some of the sheets have really big circles on them as well. So if you're doing like candy dot effects, then they're brilliant. The clear sheets, if you haven't come across them before, are really good because of the colour card you stick them onto will actually shine through, and you'll get a more subtle but glittery colour of that, which is a really nice way to sort of tone in different shades of your card. And these are all available in store. This is just a little selection of them. There's a lot more in there as well. So if you haven't seen them, they're well worth having a little look at. They're just under the dots section of our peel-offs, so you can have a little look for them. They also come in the flat colours as well. The cheaper for the flat colours than the glitter ones, but they're a really nice way to do little gems. And that's what I've done on this card. If you have a little look on here, you might need to see the pictures to see this one really well, but I've just put them on instead of gems, and I quite like them. They go a bit more of a sort of oriental style theme maybe, but a nice little tip and a bit of a money saving tip for them as well. Okay, talking of money, let's bamboozle you with figures. So all of the dies, the paper pad and the stamp set that I've shown you today, if you wish to buy all of these individually, that would cost you £91.91. But this is, of course, is a Sunday showcase, and we like to give you a little treat. So there's a couple of options here. You can buy set A, which is this set over here, which is going to give you that butterfly corner. You're going to get the larger doily, the leaves, the edgeability, and the set of stamps, and you can purchase that lot for £37.99. Now there's over £45, if I remember correctly, worth of products there. So you've got a nice little saving of about £8, £7, sorry. My maths don't go together. So £7 saving if you just wish to buy that collection there. So that's £37.99, and you're going to get them 5 items. And that is referred to as set A. If you wish to see them cut out again, that's these ones across the front here. So that's that side, £37.99. If you would prefer to buy set B, that's this side of it. So this time you're going to get the paper pad with your 23 different pages of double-sided paper. You're going to get the delicate doily die. You're going to get the big square die, and you're going to get the butterflies. Now again, it's roughly the same value, about £45 worth of stuff. Again, you can purchase that one for £37.99. So of course, you may be one step ahead of me here, and if you was to buy lots of, or both of them, then you're on 70 something pound, but I forgot the exact figure, so we'll gloss over that because I'm pretty thick and forgot it. But we like to reward you even further than that. If you wish to, you can purchase all of it for £59.99. So that's going to give you over £30 saving. I think it's something like a 33% saving if we do it as a mathematical figure. But it basically means that if you buy all of this, you're paying £59.99 instead of £91.91. So your saving is the equivalent, really, of buying, say, that lot and getting them free as such, as a rough mathematics. So even if there is something you're thinking, well, I don't know if I need that, I've got something similar to that, just think of how much you're going to be saving. You're saving over £30. So even if there is something you're thinking, oh, I don't really need it, £30, you can just have it, and then you've got it in your stash, haven't you? It's amazing, like a set of stamps like this, how many times we think, oh, I don't need any more stamps, but then you need a border stamp and you've got it, or you want a layer and flower, you've got it. So it's a really nice way to fill up your stash a little bit more. So once again, you can buy set A for £37.99, you can buy set B for £37.99, or you can purchase all of it for £59.99. Grand total should be £91.91. Now, of course, this offer is only valid for this week and this week only, so it will end at 5 p.m. on Saturday the 15th of April. Once again, just a reminder, you can text us your order. The phone number will be in the comments, so you can text us individual items if you want set A, set B, or all to get the whole lot of it. Again, you can comment on our Facebook page if you wish to and have it that way. You can also write on our YouTube page and reserve it that way. Or of course now, you can order it on our brand new shiny website, which is craftmaniacrafts.com. Thank you so much for watching today. Don't forget that all of the different cards and bits I've made will be put onto my blog. We'll also have it on our Pinterest account, so if you do want to pop over and save any of them pins, you can. But above and beyond, thank you very much for watching today. Look forward to seeing you next week. Bye for now.